Hi Capricorn, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is Friday, April 24th, 2020. This is a general love reading for the sign of Capricorn for this upcoming week in April. Behind me, Carmela is on her travel cage, joining us, co-starring in your reading today. She's been extremely moody the past couple of days. Something in the air, I don't know. But she was hanging out on my shoulder and had already started to bite my ear and mess around with me, and I was just not going to have it. So she's hanging out over there, and hopefully she'll stay put. Keep her distance for now. Anyway, Capricorn, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you are maintaining a certain level of calm and health, both physically and mentally. Hopefully you are moving along and making things happen for yourself in a positive sense in these challenging and difficult times when you just don't know what the outcome is going to be. It's just one giant shit show. I don't know what to think anymore. I'm just rolling my head trying to figure out what's going on in the world today. So anyway, Capricorn, we're going to get started with your reading. I want to shuffle a few more times. If you are brand new to my channel or relatively unfamiliar, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. There is more specific information regarding my readings and my videos in the description box below. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I appreciate your support more than you know. This started out as a little bit of a hobby for me back in July of 2019. I'm at about 10 months of my channel, and it's growing slowly but surely. I've decided to stick with it, so we'll see what happens. I'm enjoying it. That's what matters to me. So if you are a returning viewer, thank you. Thank you for coming back. I want to remind all of you watching that this is a general love reading, so it can't pertain to anything. Relationships, situations and circumstances surrounding home, family, workplace, social circles, community. If you can think of it, it might apply. Be flexible with the energy. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards. You may feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. My intention is to reach those that need the message and will benefit in some way, shape, or form. So you might get into the reading and start thinking, oh yeah, that resonates with my situation, and then I might say something out of the blue, some detail, and you're like, what the hell? That doesn't make any sense to me. So parts of it may resonate, other parts may not. Take what does, leave behind what doesn't, and hopefully you'll get something out of it in the end that will help you. That's my intention. So let's see what happens, Capricorn. I'm going to go ahead and give this deck a cut, and then we're going to get started and see what's going on for this upcoming week. Here we go. We have the Emperor in reverse, paired with the Two of Cups in reverse, Two of Wands, Eight of Cups, excuse me, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Cups in reverse, Seven of Pentacles in reverse as well, Magician, and then the Page of Pentacles. Okay, Capricorn, so this does feel like it pertains to a relationship that maybe has gone bad or has gone south, or maybe is just over. You might have felt like you didn't have any control over the situation, that it was something you couldn't prevent. Maybe it's something that you didn't want to prevent. But I feel like there is a split. It could be separation. This could indicate just some disharmony within a relationship, but I do feel like there's some frustration, a certain level of frustration, maybe feeling like you want to let this go. Maybe feeling a little frustrated in the in the area of love, within a connection. Now, this doesn't have to necessarily indicate a romantic or intimate connection, but it can. I often go there with the Two of Cups when it shows up. We'll see what else comes out, but this could be a different type of connection, workplace, friend, family member. But I feel like you're making a decision right now. You might be choosing a different path. You might be deciding to leave the situation behind once and for all. Kind of let it go. Maybe manifest something new. Maybe even focus on something different for yourself rather than a relationship or connection. Maybe focusing on something different, something new that you want to try, whether it's a new hobby, education, a new job, something of that nature. Let go of the relationships for a little while. Give that a rest for a little bit, because it looks like it's been a little frustrating for you, Capricorn. So let's get some more cards and see if I'm headed in the right direction with these. See what we've got. So we've got the Page of Swords in reverse. And we have the Moon in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Five of Cups in reverse. The Queen of Swords in reverse. King of Swords in reverse. Judgment in reverse. And then we have Three of Cups in reverse. So all of these cards in the second set came out in reverse. Interesting. We've got the Queen of Swords, King of Swords. So you could be either one of these energies, but I do feel like these are two separate people, Capricorn. I feel like this person that you're dealing with, you are definitely not getting along with this individual. I think there's some harsh communication between the two of you, to the point maybe where you stop talking or communicating at all. Because what's the point if you've got two of these energies? The King and Queen of Swords in reverse. First of all, the King and Queen of Swords are both very intelligent people. They're both bound and determined to stand their ground, maintain their stance. But in the reverse, they can also be very cruel and cutting individuals. The Queen of Swords can indicate somebody who is a little bit on the bitchy side, if you will. And with her clarifying the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like there's a certain level of frustration. Maybe she can't even keep it in. Maybe she's just like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm going to give you what I have in my head, and it's not going to come out nice. And the King of Swords is doing the same thing. He can be very cutting and cruel in nature, maybe even a little abusive with the way he's communicating. And this is all centered around some kind of connection, some kind of emotional connection for you. And again, this does not have to be a romantic connection. There's certainly not a whole lot of love between these two right now, if there ever was. Two of Cups would indicate that there was something significant between these two, at least at one time. There may be secrets coming out. There may be some ugliness coming out. I get the sense that, again, words, you might be using words just to hurt each other at this point in time. Communication is not productive. There's really no point behind it except to maybe get stuff out in the open, maybe purposely try to wound each other with your words. And again, there is a sense of loss, and maybe it's time to leave this behind. mend the grief, take care of business, get in a more healthy mindset. It's possible that you two were trying to work together on something, maybe manifest something or move towards something positive between the two of you. But I feel like that may have changed, or you've decided it was the wrong decision to make. To try to make things work with this individual, because things have just not been moving in a positive direction with regard to this connection. I feel like this king in particular has some really harsh and nasty things to say about the relationship itself, or even you. And now I'm saying you, and I guess I'm reading for this Queen of Swords, because I do feel like the King of Swords is somebody that you're dealing with. And Queen of Swords is coming off as feeling very frustrated, having negative reactions, maybe lashing back, speaking before thinking, things coming out of your mouth that, not that you didn't necessarily mean, but they feel harsh and purposefully hurtful, because there's this lashing out between the two of you. It feels pretty nasty based on what I'm seeing so far in this first two set of cards. You might be exposing the ugly things about each other, maybe the things you don't like to talk about. That's what I'm getting off of this underlying energy. The moon can indicate unveiling the darkness, releasing secrets, getting into the unknown, digging into what's been, kind of veiled or cloaked, kind of getting into the nitty-gritty of the dirty laundry from the relationship. Maybe even bringing stuff up from the past that should probably be left behind. That kind of energy in this first set of cards. Let's get some more out here, Capricorn, and see what else we can come up with. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. The Page of Swords, this time in the upright position. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The Tower. Seven of Pentacles in the upright, clarifying the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Page of Cups. Ace of Wands. And then the Emperor again in reverse. So I get the feeling, this may or may not be a romantic or intimate connection. It could be different for everybody. But I feel like at least at one time you were maybe trying to build something together or work together. I feel like there's been really poor communication, lack of willingness to compromise, lack of willingness to work well together. It's almost like you're pushing back against each other. I feel like a lot of time has been put forth into this connection. I feel like this has been a connection of longevity, someone that you've known for a while, somebody that maybe you've been building something with for a while, whether this is an intimate romantic connection or possibly family member or friend or someone that you're very close to. I get the sense with the Ten of Pentacles coming out, this could be a family dynamic, this could be a marriage. Ten of Pentacles in reverse can indicate divorce. Two of Pentacles in reverse can indicate imbalance. It feels like you're trying to make a decision here on moving in a different direction after the breakdown or meltdown of the situation. maybe once and for all deciding to leave this behind with the Tower coming out. Again, for the purpose of healing, for the purpose of making things better for yourself, Capricorn. I mean, there's no point in dwelling in this kind of energy if you're dealing with this kind of relationship with somebody where, especially if it's this harsh in nature and maybe even almost abusive in nature, especially with the way communication seems to be going. It feels like it's possible that there could be potential for a new start, new beginning, or trying to start over, and maybe that's what you're trying to do right now. Maybe you're trying to reestablish some kind of connection or level playing field with this individual so that you can start over. But the cards are indicating that's probably not a very good idea. That this is not the direction to go, to start over, to try again. If that's in fact what's happening, it feels like that could potentially be what's happening. There's this decision about whether to leave this behind or try again. As it stands right now, and if this is what you're trying to do right now, it doesn't look like it's going well. Reconnecting, you two just don't seem to be seeing eye to eye. Or there's something about this connection that's off. It's imbalanced. It's not right. The communication is really poor. It feels more like you're trying to take jabs at each other rather than compromise or work together. It could even be, for example, I'm just going to throw this out there because that's what I'm getting, is that maybe you're still in a working situation with this person. Again, when I say working, this could be a romantic connection, this could be a work situation, workplace situation, family connection of some sort, where you're doing something together, you're building something together. And so you're still trying to make it work. So maybe you make amends one day, right, Capricorn? You decide, okay, let's try this again. Let's try to be civil. We both have something that we're trying to do that will be promising for both of us. So let's try to work together. Let's try to make this happen. And then someone makes some kind of snide comment, for example, and you jab back. Or there's this passive-aggressive energy. Maybe you're not even talking. Maybe something is said kind of to yourself, but you know the other person's within earshot and can hear you. And it's just a little jab. You could probably brush it off and pretend that, you were talking to yourself, or you're, referring to something different. But this person knows that it was meant for them, that it was meant to be hurtful. That's what I'm getting. It's just kind of this purposeful miscommunication back and forth. Trying to make things work, but at the same time, not really. Let's get some more cards out here, Capricorn. Let's see what else we get. So we have the Two of Wands in reverse this time. And the Three of Cups again in reverse. And the Queen of Cups in reverse. Page of Pentacles again. Page of Cups again, clarifying this Queen of Swords. Eight of Cups again. You have a lot of repeats. Holy cow. Four of Wands in reverse. And then the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So I do get the sense that there's this that you're both trying again, but there is some kind of love lost here. I do feel like the Queen of Swords, and that this does feel like your energy, Capricorn, that you are making the effort, or at least in this moment in time, you're the one that's kind of putting forth a little more effort. Maybe with an apology, maybe trying to clear the path for some kind of reconciliation. Making an effort, but not really at the same, maybe you might be making the effort, but at the same time you're feeling like this is a waste of time. You're putting in the energy, but at the same time you have this pessimistic outlook point of view, like, okay, I'm gonna try, but it's not gonna work. I'll make the effort, but it's not gonna work. So it's almost like you're putting the energy out there, but counteracting it by adopting this kind of negative point of view. And this King of Swords is not receiving it well. So you may be coming across as being the one who is the voice of compromise, but he's not receiving it well. And frankly, he might be even turning his back on you, saying, you know what, I can tell you're not sincere. This isn't what real life love feels like. This isn't what loyalty feels like. This isn't what compromise feels like. So there's this sense of making the effort, but not really. Not even the words necessarily. The effort is there to a certain extent, but your heart's not in it. I think you're the Queen of Cups as well in reverse. I feel like you might be feeling a little put out, a little distant emotionally, maybe feeling a little bit hurt, resentful. You might be feeling like the situation's broken, imbalanced, unstable. And both of you have the Eight of Cups in your energy, and both of you feel like you might be potentially considering walking away from the situation, leaving it behind once and for all. And that even maybe it may not even be a choice. Maybe it's just one of those things like, you know what, we don't have a choice because the communication's not there. We're not working well together. At this state in the game, neither one of you have control over the situation to make it better. So what choice do you have but to admit that this relationship might be on its way out the door? There is the sense again that the ugliness is coming out. You might even be purposely, again, bringing things back from the past, bringing things up that will hurt this individual, or taking little jabs back and forth, because this relationship is just imbalanced. It's just not going anywhere right now, Capricorn. There is a strong sense in the cards that there's a potential for a new beginning or to start over. But it's not stable enough for it to happen, for it to manifest the way you want it to. And the cards are indicating this would be a bad decision, a bad direction to take, to try again, because neither one of you feel like your heart is in it, or that you really want this. The potential's there. You've got the Page of Pentacles out twice. Let's get some more cards out here for you, Capricorn. This is my last round. We'll see if we can't get any more details regarding this reading. And then we're going to wrap it up. So we have the High Priestess in reverse. Judgment again in reverse. Ten of Wands in reverse. Temperance in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse. The Sun in reverse. Three of Wands in reverse. And then the Nine of Wands. So I am getting more of the same, honestly. It feels like there is an attempt, there is an effort, a desire to fight for this. to try again. Try to make this work, because there's some kind of potential here. There's something here that could be positive within this relationship or for both of you because of the relationship. But at the same time, there's this, the relationship itself is just not balanced. Both of you could be potentially feeling like the other one is more of a taker than a giver, that the other one is not making the effort, that this is going nowhere, that you aren't getting what you thought you would get out of this connection. At the same time, there might be a little bit of uncertainty surrounding whether or not you're doing the right thing by either A, trying to make things right, putting more energy into this, or walking away, one way or the other. The Hierophant in reverse can indicate broken contracts, divorce. You know, with the Ten of Pentacles out here as well, we could be looking at a relationship or a connection that is in the process of breaking apart. But I still get the sense that there's some decision making going on. It may not be completely severed, because there's this tiny amount of hope indicating that maybe you can make this work again. There are so many repeats on this table. I got to show you some of them because it's just blowing me away. So we have the Three of Cups, both in reverse, indicating disharmony within a connection, possibly within a group of people. We have Judgment in reverse, which can indicate making poor decisions, choosing the wrong path, revisiting a decision that was made. This can indicate dealing with negative karma. We have the Page of Swords, once in reverse, once in the upright, indicating communication, poor communication, or just delivering messages, having something on your mind. This can indicate someone who's deceitful or a liar. We have the Two of Wands, once in reverse, once in the upright. This can indicate choosing a path, making a decision. This can indicate a decision has been made, or being unsatisfied with a choice, or with something that has occurred. Like almost like you don't have a choice. It's just the way it is. We have the Page of Pentacles out here. This can indicate starting something new, an offer being made, possible new job, embarking on a learning venture, you know, education, that kind of thing. We had the Eight of Cups out here twice. This indicates leaving something behind, specifically an emotional connection or something of that nature. Of course, we had the King and Queen of Swords out here. We had the Page of Cups out here twice. This can indicate an emotional offer, a connection, sincerity, forgiveness, or coming forward with an apology, something like that. So again, a lot of repeats indicating there is this, ouch, why do you have to bite me like that, Carmilla? I mean, honestly, she did this to, okay. Come here. So when she bites like that and doesn't want to get on my finger, if I bring something toward her that she's unfamiliar with, in this case it was my geode, she'll get on my finger without biting. As you could see, yesterday the lighter worked. Today the lighter did not work. And I can't react by, like, you know, shaking my hand or pulling away or smacking her like I want to, because she's a bird. So I have to sit there and suffer while she bites. and try to get her. As I told you, she was moody. She's moody. I don't know what's up her butt today, but maybe it's in the air. Maybe that's why you're having issues with this King of Swords, Capricorn. Anyway, what I was saying before Carmela decided to harass me is I get the sense that there is an attempt here, there's an effort, maybe even some sincere thoughts going through your head, thinking, I really want this to work, I want to see if we can try again. There is something worthwhile hanging on to here. At the same time, your heart's not in it. And frankly, neither is this King of Swords. And I don't think that doesn't mean that you can't possibly, leave this behind for now. Do some healing, do some self-care, take care of yourself, get yourself back up and running. Put a little distance between the two of you, and then try again. Right, Capricorn? I mean, I'm not seeing an ending. We don't have the Ten of Swords out here. Or death, or other cards that would indicate, giving up or bringing an end to this. We do have the Ten of Pentacles and Hierophant in reverse. So this could just mean that you're going to separate for now, or maybe you've just decided to kind of change the dynamic of your relationship. Maybe you're not going to work together anymore, but you're going to still maintain a connection. Put some distance between you two and try again later. That kind of thing. If this is a family dynamic, if this is a family member, for example, you may not want to give up this connection. If this is a blood relative, someone that I'm going to take this card, someone that you want to stay connected to, but at the same time, right now, it's just not right. The cards are indicating you need some distance, you need some time apart. Right now, you're just hell-bent on hurting each other, on making each other miserable, whatever that looks like for you. So we have Queen of Water that came out. And again, another repeat. She came out in reverse in your reading. I did feel like this was your energy. And again, I do feel like you are the one who's embodying this Page of Cups energy as well. So you might be the one who's kind of hanging on to some sense of this relationship where you want to keep things going, you want to make an effort because that emotional connection is still there for you. The Queen of Water is very similar in this deck that it is in the Rider-Waite. I will read it from the book. But if you're embodying this kind of energy, Capricorn, it's possible you could bring this back to life. But I do feel like there is definitely a need for a break or some distance right now. Until you two can maintain a certain level of regain some respect. Communicate in a healthier manner. Something that's productive instead of trying to hurt each other through your words, because right now that's what feels like is happening. So I'll read this for you, Capricorn, and then we're going to wrap this up. And that might indicate, of course, that you're dealing with a Cancer, possibly. All right, let's see what this says, Capricorn. The Queen of Water symbolizes a gentle, empathetic soul who possesses a keen sense of intuition. She is loving, compassionate, and always kind. She knows when something is wrong, when a friend is hurting and in need of comfort or counsel. She is naturally in tune with her emotions and the emotions of those around her. It is this natural connection and gentleness that draws people to her. She is empathetic and would never consider being deliberately cruel or unkind. She is generous and giving of herself to a fault. Only by having and maintaining healthy boundaries does this watery queen protect herself from being drained. Her ability to intuitively see and know is her greatest strength. She looks beyond the surface to what lies within the subconscious, seeing the emotions of old that influence the present. She can sense the mood of a moment or the undercurrents that flow through a room full of people, and because she can read others' emotions with ease, she can often distinguish truth from falsehood. This knowledge empowers. With it, the ever-romantic Queen of Water can often offer the perfect solution, particularly in matters of the heart. She believes in the power of love, but it is also wise and knows that relationships need to be nurtured and maintained, that emotional honesty is key, as is a willingness to share our feelings. When we share our true feelings, we make ourselves vulnerable. But to be willing to do so shows both courage and strength. Is this Queen a part of your nature? Is there someone in your life who needs or would benefit from your help and loving support? Or is it you who needs to seek out a like energy in your life for healing or guidance? When the Queen of Water appears in your cards, she signifies a very affirming and positive energy, for she is the epitome of love in all of its forms. Take heart and know that bright days are ahead. All right, Capricorn. Well, I indicated that I thought this was your energy before. I also indicated with this Queen of Cups showing up in your reading that there is a certain level of imbalance when it comes to the emotional piece of this relationship, and I don't feel like you feel like you're receiving what you deserve in the realm of emotional support from this King of Swords. I don't think he's even willing to go there right now. And so that can be damaging to someone who has this kind of nature, because the Queen of Cups doesn't just give her love to anybody. She gives her love to people who are worthy of this kind of compassion and loyalty and love. And right now, this King of Swords is not worthy of this. You both need some healing time. You both need to come to terms with what's happened in the past. The level of communication is very poor. So if this is going to balance out and become a workable situation again for the two of you, and I keep getting the sense that there's that hope. I mean, you did have some cards indicating you could start again. You could have a new beginning if you do what you need to do first and heal what you need to heal. But both parties have to be willing, including this King of Swords, and he's definitely not. You might be kind of showing it on the surface. Again, these cards came out indicating your energy. You might be kind of on the surface level saying, look, I want to try again. I want to try to make this work. I still feel loyal to you. But this king he's not having it. And if neither of you have your heart in it, it's time for a break maybe. So I'm going to leave that here. Capricorn, I hope that it helped you in some way, shape, or form. I hope you got something out of that reading. I appreciate you joining me today. If it did resonate, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you want. Those are always great. I do try to respond to those if I can. And I hope that I see you again soon. So take care, Capricorn. Bye.